Louisville.
Louisville, I think this is one that's a little bit interesting because we've seen kind of night and day with the Cardinals, right? We saw year one, unbelievable success from Coach Satterfield and that staff. We heard everything that we heard out of the locker room was positivity. We're so excited these coaches are here. And now we have a little bit of staff turnover in year two. And we saw, not as great of success in that year two. Oh, by the way, now you're losing so much star power. The one guy that remains, the one constant of kind of that big three for Louisville and who I think is going to be their biggest strength is Cunningham, the quarterback position. He is a guy that I think if he can put it all together, he can be very dynamic in this league and just, very Lamar Jackson-ish when he's running. He has that capability, a guy that is very efficient and effective as a passer. Turnovers, last year were a little bit of a problem, and that was something that was new, to his game. He did not turn the ball over a year ago or 2 years ago now, and something that creeped up that we saw, but he's special, and I believe in him. I think Louisville believes in him, and again, when you have a guy that is dynamic through the air and also with his legs, it creates very unique problems for defenses. So I think that's going to be the case there, but again, unfortunately, the weakness for Louisville this year is going to be the wide receiver room, at least to start, because we just, again, don't know who's going to fill the void of Tutu Atwell, of Des Fitzpatrick, two guys that were so electric, that could do so much for your football team. It's a big problem, and it's something that you're going to have to fill very quickly because, again, when you look at Louisville, what do they want to do? Obviously establish the run, but big plays, big explosive plays are such an integral piece of their offense that they have to have it to be able to move the ball. And so if they don't find, this wide receiver one and a wide receiver two of who can be those type players, it might be another, kind of struggle year. But I think they have them on their roster.
I do too. I'll be honest with you. I just think they will always find receivers. They just seem to always have dudes on the perimeter. So we'll see what happens there. How about NC State? Could be a really fun team to watch in 21.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And it's almost like people forgot they won 8 games last year. And, they were a good football team. I think the one knock that you can have on NC State is that they were inconsistent, but they were consistently winning. And they were finding ways to win almost every single year. And the biggest strength for this team this year is going to be linebacker. I think they're going to have one of the best linebacker rooms in the country, and they're led by, I think, one of the best linebackers in the country in Peyton Wilson, a guy who's a tackling machine, has the picture-perfect body that you want in a linebacker, 6'4", 6'5", 230, very rangy. Again, getting better, more healthy with that knee. We saw the brace come off at times last year, so excited for him. But then Isaiah Moore as well. And big Drake up there, Drake Thomas. So I think the three of those linebackers are a scary core. And again, I mentioned, I think going to be one of the best, if not the best, linebacker core in the entire country. And then when you look at a weakness, kind of similar with Clemson and Boston College, it's not as glaring, but tight end is going to be a question mark. Kerry Angeline was such an integral piece of their offense a year ago, a guy that could bail them out in 3rd and long situations, was such a threat in the red zone and a matchup nightmare. He's gone on to the NFL, and when you look at some of the tight ends, or a majority of the tight ends that are on the roster now, it's more of that fullback, 3-back look. It might not be a true, extend the field, rangy tight end, and so that'll be something that I'm interested to see. But man, NC State returned so much that it might not even be that big of a deal.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.